Hi there YouTube, it's me Gemma, a story and a song, coming to you with a little bit of a haul video, just some books that have come into my life since the last time I did a haul video for you. So without further ado, let's get into the books. Number one is Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. I picked this up on the recommendation of Sam at Thoughts on Tomes and also Paperback Hoarder as well, both of whom said that it was a really good book, so I'm looking forward to this one. Probably going to go on my to be read for June. Next book we have is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Now this one has been all over YouTube, I'm sure it needs no introduction. I have discovered that I actually quite like books about fae and things like that since starting YouTube a couple of months ago, so I will be reading this pretty soon. As far as I know, it's about a girl who's whisked away to fairyland with her sisters and stuff. As usual, shenanigans ensue. Then Kingdom of Ash. Now this can actually stand in for the entire Throne of Glass series. I bought all of these second hand from Abe Books, so I don't think I paid more than like £2 something for each one, which I was quite pleased with because of the UK covers that have got the nice front and back, and this one is actually the exclusive Waterstones edition that has the fan art inside as well, so I'm pleased with this. I'm actually on just the book before this just now, which is, hang on and I will tell you, Empire of Storms. I also have Tower of Dawn, but I'm not sure if I'm going to read it yet. Let me know down in the comments if you've read the series and if you recommend reading Empire of Ashes or Tower of Dawn first. Let me know what you think down below. I have another second-hand find, which is The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. Now quite a few people, especially the novel Lush, said that this was a really great book. She mentioned it in her favourite bookish couples, so I decided that I wanted to pick it up again. I picked this up second-hand from Abe Books, hashtag not sponsored, but I think again I didn't pay any more than sort of £2.50 for this. It's a really gorgeous cover actually, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. And then something that I don't normally do, I picked up the Slytherin editions of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Now I don't normally pick up new editions of books I already own, but these are just too nice to pass up. They have extra Slytherin content inside. They're really beautiful, look absolutely amazing on the shelf, and I think they're one of the few collector's editions that I'll bother to actually collect. As I say, I'm not normally that precious about the sort of editions of books that I have or whether they match, so you know, this is not something that I would usually do. And then we have Grey Sister, which I devoured within 2.5 hours, absolutely loved. I am in love with this series. I'm in love with Nona Grey. I've started shipping Nona and Arabella. I just love it. And I have also hauled, and I'm absolutely in love with Nona and Arabella and the entire world, which means that I also hauled this month Holy Sister, which I have yet to read. I'm so looking forward to it. I don't usually prefer hardbacks, I normally like to wait for the paperback, but I'm desperate to know what happens at the end of this series, so I did get the hardback and I did pay Amazon price for it, which, as I say, I don't normally like to pay full price for books, but I'm desperate to know what happens. And then I also bought The Last Magician. Again, this is another second-hand buy, although it's in really amazing condition. Again, through Abe Books, hashtag not sponsored. It's about, let me see, in modern day New York, magic is all but extinct. The remaining few who have an affinity for magic, the mages, live in the shadows, hiding who they are. Any magus who enters Manhattan becomes trapped by the brink, a dark energy barrier that confines them to the island. Crossing it means losing their power and often their lives. So that sounded interesting and good. And also look at the cover. As you can tell from my Slytherin houseness, I do like snakes. And then we have Kingdom of Copper. Now, I found the first book a tad slow. It took me a little bit to get into it, but by the end, as I said, I was really hooked in. So again, I would normally like to wait for a paperback, but I went ahead and got the hardback. I'm a little bit annoyed because it's got like just a little tear there, you see. I'm really annoyed about it. Really very annoyed about it, but also looking forward to what happens. I love that at the end of the last book, things happen that I won't spoil, so you should read it. And then again, on the recommendation of Sam from Thoughts and Tomes, I got Elantris. I watched a review that she did and it sounded really good. It's kind of a standalone novel, which is an unusual thing for Brandon Sanderson. So I, again, will probably be reading this pretty soon, probably be in my June TBR. Recommendation of pretty much everyone is Cinder. I'm sure I don't need to say much about it. It's about a girl who's a cyborg and also a mechanic, and shenanigans will ensue. Then the other book that I paid full price for this month was Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Now, I saw a video that Emma Books did this week actually about thrillers and things like that, and this one has a girl in it who loves true crime. I also love true crime. I also would love to solve a murder mystery, so it was really a no-brainer. I picked this up and I'm probably going to start reading this today actually, so I'll let you know how that goes. And then another second-hand buy was The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Now, I've heard such mixed reviews on this. Some people really hate it, some people really like it. There don't seem to be that many people who are in between, but if there's a book about fairies and you tell me, or something like that, and you tell me that it's trashy, I'll probably read it and try it anyway. So I'm going to give this a go and see what I think, and I'll let you know. I picked up Night Pleasures by Sherilyn Kenyon. Sorry, I keep looking in the monitor, it's just I have like a bit of hair that's doing my head in. This I got on the recommendation of a Novel Lush. She recommended this Dark Hunter series, so I decided to start at the very beginning. Again, another second hand book. I think I paid £1.50 for it, so no harm done there if I like it or don't like it. And then I also picked up The Governess Game by Tessa Dare. Now, if you saw my May favourites video, you'll have seen that When a Scot Ties the Knot by Tessa Dare was on that. I'll link it in the cards up above. I really like Tessa Dare. She's got 2 books in this Governess Game series. I also have the other one, which I haven't read yet, but this one, basically a girl turns up after her livelihood slips through her fingers. Alexandra Mountbatten takes on an impossible post, transforming a pair of wild orphans into proper young ladies. However, the ladies don't need discipline, they need a loving home. Try telling that to their guardian, Chase Renaud. Second hand, still good condition. I try and not pay full price for books unless it's an author that I really, really like, and I'll always pay for their books, or if it's maybe a debut or something that I've been really waiting for. Otherwise, I tend to pick up things second hand or from charity shops because I read at quite a pace. I can read 2 books a day quite easily, and if you're buying books new, that is a very expensive habit, even if it's ebooks. So I do buy some books new, but the majority I buy second hand, and then once I'm finished with them, if I know I'm not going to read them again, I tend to donate them to Bernardo's. I've got Bernardo's down nearby where I live, and I tend to go and hand them in. I recently did a big cull of my cookbooks as well, and quite a lot went to Bernardo's. I just like knowing that it's going to a good charity that does things for children. Anyway, that's the end of the haul, folks. So if you have any comments, if you've read any of these books, you're wanting to read any of these books, you have any questions, requests, things you think I should do for a video, as always, discussion in the comments down below, along with all my social media profiles. Please come and follow me. I will usually give you a follow back as well. And also, if you want me to check your channel out, let me know in the description box below as well. Thanks. Take care. Bye bye.